Okay, welcome back. I got everything laid out. A Bessie Coleman 25-cent piece from American Woman Quarter Series. I got one roll of the Denver Mint and one of Philadelphia. And what I'm going to do is kind of look at some of the major issues from both mint and get a feel for how these quarters are coming out. And I'm going to start right away. I had a close-up. I'm going to check this one. This is Denver. Just going to spin it around. I'm going to show you a multitude of issues. You don't have to look hard. See a lot of, planchet chips, staining from the cleaning process. Big gouges, scratches. I use a pencil. Looks like George has a little booger. Well, maybe not. Let's see. It's pretty much how a lot of them look. This one's not too terrible. Flip it over. And right off the bat, got a lot of scratches in the face. And these are uncirculated coins from the mint from Denver. Oh, this batch is. That's a wheel. Scratches. It's gonna move a little faster. That above the E, you have one of those little debris. That is. I don't know. Yeah, those lines like by the A and the R. It's like it's on top of the planchet when they struck the coin. It got buried underneath. Same thing with the R and the D. A lot of minor little things like that. And that was from Denver. Let's grab one. I'm not going to go through all of these. I got 80 quarters. This one's from Philly. Let's start over here. Basically looking at the overall quality of the coin. These are completely random. I didn't pick and choose anything. Alright, let's flip that over. Looking across the top. I'll look for major die chip errors mostly. All the little debris from the planchet. I'm not going to pay too much attention to that, because honestly there's quite a bit of it. Looking for runaway chips. Go down here. I can zoom out a little bit, make it easier. But for example, between the E, right inside the E, you have one of those chips I was speaking of. If we do zoom in, let's just get really close. You can see what's going on here. It's not a scratch because it would be on top of the E. Have the same thing with the N. What issue here? For the most part, if they consider planchet errors as part of an error to look for. That looks like scarring from coins, but they're pretty much everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but there's a lot of them. Just gonna go ahead and zoom back out. Zoom way out. You can still see a lot of the coins zoomed out. Go grab another one. That was the Philly mint. Right, let's get another one. It's completely random. Let's see. Another Philly. It's not too bad. But in an uncirculated coin, it would definitely affect the MS rating. You know, issues with the planchet debris. This doesn't have much on the front at all. Let's go over to the back, take a peek. Go quick. There. And O. Excuse me. That one's not too bad. Let's move on. Got another one from Philly. That looks like a scratch. It's got a shadowing on it. Not terrible. No serious dye chips. Go to the back. You got a nice coin run going down right down the nose. That's from a coin. It looks like scratch. Right on the arm, there's an issue with a scratch. Alright, I'm gonna move on. Just pull a random few out of the Denver roll. Take a peek at them. Actually looks pretty good. Little hairline scratches. Not too bad. At the back. Here's the planchet issue between the N, I, and T. As you can see, that's not a surface scratch. Just zoom down. Get it close. Really look at that. Take a good look at it. And see if that was a scratch, it'd go across the eye. I believe that's it was left on top of the planchet before it was struck, and nonetheless, it's there. It's there, and if it was something that could have been avoided at the mint, I think it. Too bad it wasn't. You could see it zoomed in at max. Yeah, it's there. It's under the eye. Let's keep it down here. A little bit more there. It's hard to move this. See, we got over here. The R is a little sloppy. The Q looks like the Q and U have a little ridging going on. You see one of those pieces of the planchet is right there on the edge, right up in the top above the Q. I don't think that's a scratch. I'm taking my time with this, a few of these coins, just to point out these issues that I found. That's part of the eyewear. Alright, some scratches. Alright, let's zoom back out. We got something that's dramatic. We'll zoom back in. Let's get another one. That was Philly, right? Was it not Denver? That was Denver. Okay. I'll put a few down here. Philly. Not terrible. Almost looks like a little doubling on the next to the 2, 0, and then by George's Adam's apple. Let's go see what's going on here. Let's zoom in. See what's going on. Oh, Could have been a shadow. Alright. That's pretty much a shadow. Alright. Go back up. I'll go about halfway. There's a big old run right there. A lot of hairline cracks. What do we got going on? Alright. I guess all that debris is going to be standard for these quarters. Unless you get one without debris, that's going to be the error. Sounds crazy, but unless it's a major error. This big dye chip or something. But yeah. Alright, so you got a big old scratch on her cheek. Let's move on. Go for one here. Oop, I have two up there already. Put two more over there. Alright, what do we got going here? Alright. Damage on the L. George looks like he was in a cat fight. I know these are proof struck, but still, I think the quality would be a little better. That's not doubling, that's just a shadow. Almost looks like a doubling. I know that's a shadow. Get it up here. Alright. Go a little quicker. See, there's a little debris above the B. Up in here. Here. Through the E on an angle. And right in here. Under the S. That's all that looks like just chips from the edge of the coin. Let's see. Up this area. Yeah, That's pretty much it. Excuse me. So I would think with these Bessie Colemans, the best thing to do is just, look for those big die chips, you know, broken die, double die, things like that. Why isn't this? Come on. What, did I turn you off? That's odd. Let's see what this is. Decided to go off. There we go. Little glitch. Let's save that. What happened there? That's odd. Let's see. Another D. Let's focus in a little better. Denver. Big scratch. Let's see, what else we got? Oh, just the standard scratches. Let's flip this one over. Let's see what we got going. I have found that Denver puts out a better coin, cleaner. I know, I got to adjust that a little bit. Put shadows with this. A little issue above the B and the E. Minor. That one. Below the M. To the date. Thing with the plane. Alright, we're gonna move on. This one here. What do we got, George? Look at that. Big old line on your cheek. It's probably a scratch. See the shadow of scratch. It's good with the eraser. You could close out on the shadow, get rid of the light so you can see shadows better. Actually remove the light shadows. It's a pretty clean coin. Actually one of the better ones. Other than that, on the cheek. See that's not an issue. Let's flip it over. See what's going on. This one's actually pretty clean, except from you get to that one right here. That spike coming down. She's got one up on her cheek too. And I think there's one on the arm. I think it's a scratch. That looks like a scratch. Those look like scratches. Hmm. Alright, not gonna pick at it too much. Moving on. This video will run for about another half an hour. You know how you're looking through coins, you have to inspect. You don't just, take my word for it. I see videos, people say, yeah, open up a whole roll and say, I'll be back. I'll let you know. Well, I think it's important to go over what you're looking at. Trying to, decipher what is actually going on. And this Bessie Coleman quarter is a good candidate for that. I get the scratches. It's almost unavoidable. Through the mint handling in the mint. But a lot of that, the plank chips, whatever that is, the lines, it's definitely avoidable, in my opinion. I don't know. If you agree, let me know. Just post it down below. It is really nice quarters. The new 23 quarters, they stepped them up a little bit with the quality of the stamping. The detail. It's got a higher strike. Higher relief than previous years, the state quarters and what have you. So there's a lot of like Scarface Betsy. See. This isn't too bad. So I said you find one without any debris or any issues, and you can call it abnormally. Say, wow, that's flawless. It's worth more money. I think that's where we're going to go with this. Yeah, like that one on her cheek, that the chin. I mean, it could be a scratch. It also could be one of those things. That looks like almost a very thin dye chip. You know, the discoloration, very thin. All right, we're gonna move on. All right, let's try another one. I pull one from over here. Trying to be random. That's why I laid them all out. You know, like this. I want to keep pulling from the stack. All right, 2023P. Philly. All right, what do we got? Little hairline scratch. That's not bad. Yeah, that's probably a very minor flake from somewhere along the line, but nothing, that stands out. Could be, when I cut, part of the shaving from the cladding, very like a snowflake almost. Could be a burnish from something inside the dye. It's not enough to make it really an error, in my opinion. If you disagree, let me know. It's not supposed to be there, but it's not like hey, look at that. Look at this error I found. Alright, let's flip this over. I mean, you look at it, we're all pretty much quality control people right now. We should be getting a check. She's got same thing on the cheek. There's scarring, cheekbone. Unless she has a scar and that's part of the design. Now this is a little bit more obvious chipping going on here. And as I look this way, I see a little bit more with that E. You're going across. It's coming out from behind the stripe. But that one's pretty big one. Thick. I'll go zoom in, see what's going on. I don't know if that's a chip or one of those flakes. I don't know. Let's see what that is. I have no idea. Definitely. Looks like a die chip. Piece of a coin. Look at this. Sorry. That clearly shows the line that debris goes into the E and under the top section of the E, giving a three-dimensional effect, so you know it's under the stem, the die. They are very common, with this coin. But I don't see any double dies going on. It's would be nice. You just ignore the little flakes and chips and this and that, and just look for double dies, or misalignments or what have you. So going on up here. See, now there's a good one. They say normally the one by the T looks like a scratch. Alright, could be a scratch in the planchet, right? And then they stamped on top of it. That could very well be what it is. But I think that the planchet itself, unless it's that back field, it wouldn't survive the die, the pressing. But being it's behind the T like that, I don't quite know if it was on the planchet and it was struck. By striking it, did it smooth it out? Is that what happened? Or it's not after the fact. Is it debris or is it a scratch? A lot of them I've seen actually had a shadowing, a definition, so it was raised. Like, for example, right here. That right above. I don't think that's part of the design. That's definitely raised. It's not a scratch. These are probably, I can't say for sure. That little dimple right there, that's raised. All the rest are probably scratches. Here's more examples of that stuff. Here's that big one right here. That's definitely a die chip. It's not. I don't think it's a scratch. It's too sharp angled and inconsistent. You have this one below on an angle going up to 2 o'clock. It's another one. Alright, let's move on. And at first when I saw these, like, wow, look at that, I got this really nice error coin. Well, they're all that way. Not all, but a lot. A lot more than I care to be finding. Let's see. Let's like hope for a good die break or something. Something. Just to make me feel good about these coins. This one, you got that right under the cheek. It could be a scratch. flip that over. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Oh, look at that. There's chips. Almost looks like somebody's firing. There's the missiles. I mean, the way they're lined up under the L here, unless it was 2 coins, but then again, they wouldn't be so long unless it was on an edge, on a corner. I just don't know. Trying to be a detective here. There's definitely that looks more like a coin, you know, an angle. Scratches. Another small chip there. Another debris right there. Oh, I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna look at them all day. You get something pretty dramatic. Let's try from this little stack right here. Get 2 from that stack. There you go. Alright. Oh, look at that first one, right in the hair. You know, if that was a scratch, it wouldn't go through his hair and out the top. See how it's coming out the top? So it's like sewn through his hair. That's actually an interesting looking one because of how it looks like it's sewn through his hair like that. You probably barely see that with the naked eye. A good pair of cheaters, you could. This one, I would probably put this one aside just because of the way, the interest of how that looks. And clearly it's not a scratch because it would be scratching the top of the hair as well. Unless it was on the planchet, but then again, after it was struck, a lot of that would be disappeared. It would be gone. You wouldn't have that definition. So, I'm just guessing. What do we got here? Alright, enough of that. Yeah, that's. If you want, I could zoom in just to get clarity. I might as well. Let's see what's going on here. Wrong way. Oh, no. This thing getting all grainy. There's that grainy going up there. Now it looks more like a scratch. Isn't that strange? I just don't know anymore. It's definitely not on the next one. Well, sometimes I give up. Nah, I'm not gonna give up. I keep looking. Alright. What we got going on over here? Her cheek looks nice here. No scratches, no coin damage, and that's rare because all the rest seem to have coin damage. So this one get a better grading. Other than below the C, we have another one of those. Oh, and we got a big one right here. That could be a scratch. I don't see it coming out the other side. Oh. Alright. Let's see that O. Hold it over here. It's not substantial enough to be a concern. Alright. Moving on. Now the Denver Mint. What are we up to? 52. Gonna do 2 more, I guess. $20.23 Denver. Yes, this is actually a better specimen. What's going on with the nose here? It should be there. That's normal. Alright. That one actually looked pretty good. I said Denver Mint, they seem to do a better job. Something about an E. A scratch. Could be a scratch. I got an issue by the E. Turn it up a little bit. Sometimes you get too much glare. That should be good. Not too bad. Little, it's too shiny. Too bright. Yeah, it's a coin rub. Not enough of a concern. Okay. Move on. Get a couple of peas. Now, why does it do that? Decide to go off on its own. Huh. Let's just do that. Video captured this. It disconnects for some reason. I just got this microscope. It's a little bigger than my other one. Alright, let's see. It works well, but it's got a little glitch. It likes to disconnect. Don't know why. Oh, look at that line. That's a scratch. All the way down to the nose. No, didn't think that was doubling. Looks like a die chip by that O. Could be wrong. Off to the back. That was Philly. Yeah, Philly. Let's see what we got going on. Scarring on a cheek. I don't think that's intentional. That's a lot of scarring right there. Small die chip. No. A little something in the cloud. Not too shabby. Let's see if this thing cuts out on its own. It did. Yep. I think I have to put my. Let's see. I don't know. It's odd. This be software related. 2023 P. Now look at the size of that scratch. Right out of the mint. That's like it was dragged across something. What would cause that? Like somebody cut the bag open and went right through the quarter. Yeah. All the way down. Well, that's my time is up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just look at the back here and head out and check the rest later. I just wanted to do a 1 hour video of pretty thorough inspection of the Bessie quarters. Bessie Coleman. Maybe I'll find something later. Between the scratches and that looks like a hot spot right there. There you go. Yeah, pretty big one right across those L's in dollar. So I'm gonna zoom in on that just because. Michelle, I don't think it's a scratch. You get one of those in the right place, it might be interesting. Let's see. Use the pencil. See? How could that be a scratch? But it's going under the L. The first L. Second L, not so much. So you can get it with the shadow. It could be a bad scratch in the planchet. And then they tried to strike over that. It's probably my best guess. That's what's going on. So I don't think it's so much debris. It's I don't know. I don't know. Scratch in the planchet. Check all this. All that. Check all this. You got another one. So it goes through the hole in the O and ends abruptly on the O itself. And then continues out the other side. Is that what I'm seeing here? I don't know. Same thing with the E. shadow. See, there's nothing on the E itself, but under and then out the top. That's a definite continuation of whatever that is, if it's a scratch. And this one's weird because the one above the A looks like it goes under the A, but then continues and goes over the E. How does that happen? Right? It looks like it's going... Well, no, it looks like it's going over the A a little bit. I don't know. But this, the one going straight up and down at the angle we're at, is going into the E and then out the corner. So what those mystery lines are, they're definitely there. Alright, oh, look at that. I didn't even see that before. Oh, did I? That O, yeah. Got a little something sitting on the side of that E right there. Hey, I'll tell you, nice looking stuff, but the amount of defects, it's just it's a lot. Yeah, I didn't get any of the broken die or the die chips on the plane yet. I know they're out there. They're, you know, pretty big, so it's not like these little toothpick things. There's a definite big blob of material. Look at all that chafing going on. Alright, E. Alright, I'm going to shut it off for here. Thanks for watching. If you got any feedback, if I do find anything out of these rolls, I'll be sure to come back and maybe do a shorter video. I just wanted to go from the I had bags of these, and I went through quite a bit of them. I went through the Hovar bags. This is the first time I got the rolls. I just wanted to do it kind of like a comparison, try to eliminate why things are happening or why, you know, but at this point there's no difference between the bag or the roll. So with that said, have a nice evening, and if you like my channel, please hit and subscribe down below. Thank you very much.